David Freeman, preparing to face his 27th coffee of the day.
Finn is a science fiction comedy about a despondent white-collar worker who's busy chugging coffees during an all-nighter, and he consumes so much that he finds himself able to communicate with the office goldfish.
Finn? You can talk?
The office goldfish, Finn, duly recruits him on a frantic race against time.
David, you've got to help me.
What?
So the story of Finn really evolved out of this image that was stuck in my head, the single image, and it's the opening shot of the film, it's on the poster, it's everything, of this kind of sleep-deprived, grumpy office worker with a strain on his head, holding a cup of coffee in one hand and a goldfish in the other, sitting at the back of a taxi. And that image was just so striking to me that I had to kind of, work out what the story was that got him to this point. So I had the script and I was trying to work out how the hell to get it made, and I thought I would take it to Andre Roux from Rumor Productions. I knew he was a really great director of photography from his video work in the art world, and then obviously the ridiculous tracking and drone work that Rumor are known for. So I gave him the full pitch and hoped for the best.
Tim approached me with the story a couple of years ago, and I knew I was in because I've always wanted to shoot a short and I haven't done so before. The story did appeal to me on a couple of levels because it was quirky and funny, and I think everyone at some point in their office career thinks that they're losing their mind.
One of the things that was very important to me in terms of how I approached directing the story is to really make people care about the characters. There's a lot of offbeat, quirky, absurdist humor within it, completely ridiculous situations. I mean, the main characters are talking goldfish, but it was very important that you cared about them, that these were kind of rich, fleshed out characters. And, all the credit in the world to Brett and Rory and Arthur the goldfish, who acted as Finn, for really just embodying these characters, and they did an amazing job.
So in terms of shooting Finn, my approach was to use wide lenses whenever possible. I'm a big fan of wide lenses. I wanted to put the viewer into the perspective of the character and also wanted to make the viewer acutely aware of the main character's emotional distress. I used my natural light as much as possible. I don't want it to be overly lit. I wanted it to feel as authentic as possible to a real office environment. Very little camera movement in the beginning, and as the character starts to unravel, we get more into his face with a wide angle lens.
Brett's always incredible. I met him, we did a short called Godmother with him. And I immediately thought, geez, this is the guy. This is David. He's perfect for this, So I showed him the script and he was keen, Did a little kind of air punch at that point. Obviously he's playing off a goldfish the whole way, but he just absolutely committed to 100%, And I think there's a really strong kind of emotional resonance to the film that comes from his commitment to it, and he just absolutely blew me away.
Shooting the actor, the office setup and all that was reasonably smooth sailing. We had a great actor. The script was fully fleshed out, so there was no guessing work, and everything went reasonably smoothly until we had to get to shooting Finn, or the fish itself.
Shooting goldfish is one of the things that they don't warn you about before you try and do it.
The thing that we didn't take into account was the fact that this fish was going to move around the whole time. I don't think the fish stayed still for 1 second.
Get everything lined up and in focus or whatever, and he was off in that corner over there somewhere, over there, and it was such a nightmare.
We were basically shooting that fish for hours and hours and hours to get the shots that we wanted. There's the old saying, shooting fish in a barrel, but if you're shooting fish in a barrel with a camera, it is bloody hard. So that's definitely something that I didn't expect to be quite so challenging.
But I think in the end, it worked out. If there was a SAFTA or whatever award for best performance by a goldfish, I think you would definitely be in the running.
The fish, because its mouth moved so much, it actually forced us to slightly adjust or adapt the way that the voice actor voiced Finn.
It's go time.
That was totally Tim's doing, and I think all things considered, considering what the little fish gave us, it was a roaring success.
So one of the absolute highlights for me while making this was when we were doing the ADR and voiceover work at Rhapsody Recording. and we had Rory and Brett in the same space, and kind of warming up, just kind of loosen up and kind of get everyone excited. They started reading the lines as different actors and kind of doing these amazing impressions. So suddenly, we had like Christopher Walken and like Liam Neeson, like all these iconic voices. And
we're doing some voices now.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do your...
David, are you even listening to me? Oh.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to respond, okay? No one else can hear you.
What do you care? In a few minutes, you're never going to see anyone on this planet again. We're actually doing it.
Or maybe I'm having second thoughts, Finn. It's a big question. It's a big decision.
That's ridiculous. We've been over this. I can't do it without you.
Can we do it again?
Yeah.